Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we'll be talking about stress. This is something we all know very much about. Stress is a feeling that we have from the pressures in our day-to-day living. It could be emotional, it could be real. It could also be mental, affecting the way that we relate with one another. Stress. We could come in contact with stress in our homes, in our workplaces, even on the streets. A lot of us have very high-powered works that demand a lot from us. We end up getting stressed at the end of a day. Some of us have problems within the home, within the family, with our spouses, with our children. This can also serve as stressors. And of course, almost everyone has some form of financial stress or the other. All these affect us emotionally as well as mentally. How do we deal with stress? How do we cope with stress? The first thing to do is to note what these stresses are. How are they affecting us? How can we avoid them? However, we can turn it into a good thing. Like we always say, all of us require some bit of stress, some bit of anxiety, some bit of tension to actually want to achieve and to aim for higher goals. But when it becomes a negative thing, that is where the problem starts. If you allow yourself to become depressed as a result of the stresses in your life, then you're probably heading for the psychologist or the psychiatrist. But if you're able to manage it, you do not chew more than you do not bite more than you can chew at a time. And if the stress is actually unnecessary, you can do away with it. But if you are indeed feeling stressed and you think there is nothing that you can do, why don't you try to engage yourself in some pet project? Why don't you try to do some more exercise? Why don't you try to meditate? You find that these are some of the ways in which you can actually deal with the stress in your life. Some people have taken up yoga. The aspect of yoga that is not against your spirituality as a Muslim, you can take it up. Why do you not do more exercise? You find that in the process of exercising, you're actually letting off some of this stress that are weighing you down. And if you do need to change your job, why not? You could go and get a job that is less stressful. But of course, what do you do with a spouse? What you need to do is settle down and talk things over. A family that prays together stays together, they say. Why do you not make your home, especially if you're the woman in the home, why do you not make it stress-free by ensuring that you put a lot of life in that home? You can engage the entire family in leisure activities. Pick a time, pick a date. You can go out, you can stay indoors. Make the home a lovely environment. Let your husband feel like coming home. Let your children feel like coming home. Even you yourself, let your home be an environment that you always want to go. And you find out that all the stress in the environment, the stress of traffic, the stress of your job, the stress of finance and whatever will slowly ebb away. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.